stage, but apparently Otterscan is a, what is it?
It's a block explorer.
It's a block explorer. There you go. For EVM,
It's an open source
block
block explorer.
There you go. But it's much better than this bullshit Etherscan that we've been using for a long time. And so Willian will explain us why that's the case, I guess, right? Welcome.
Sure. Thank you. So hello, my name is Willian, and I'm going to present Otterscan. So what is Otterscan? It's a local block explorer that regular people can actually run at your home. Oops. And that's it. And that's how it looks like. However, but we decided to not just implement another block explorer. We decided to take a different approach on how it's implemented. It's implemented like a real DApp. So in the process, we could fix some of the issues that other block explorers have. Well, so let's take a look at each one of these issues. First one is a classic one. Otterscan is down. Well, we all want decentralization, but the inconvenient truth is that we all depend on a very centralized and closed source piece of software. Otterscan relies on Ergon, which is an archive node implementation that takes less than 2 terabytes of disk space and is able to synchronize the entire mainnet in less than 1 week. And it also has a very, I may not say low, but not so expensive hardware requirements. Otterscan is implemented as a simple React app, so it connects to Ergon to get all data it needs. So you don't need any additional software, you don't need to configure external databases, that's all you need. And because everything is local, Otterscan never goes down. The only requirements here is for you to have a working internet connection, so your node is always up to date with the rest of the network. Issue number two, the standard JSON RPC APIs are not very good. I just said that all you need is a working Ergon node, but that's not the complete truth. The main issue here is that the standard APIs are very limited and they lack a lot of features that we need to build a block explorer. For example, there is no easy way to get all transactions made by a certain address. And this is just one of the issues that the community members have been complaining over and over. So what did we do? We implemented some custom APIs inside the Ergon itself. And the good thing here is that not only anyone can install or customize the Ergon nodes and make use of our APIs. So not only we solved our problem, but also we contributed back to the community so anyone can make use of it. Let's take a look at some examples here. Here we have the OTS get contract creator method. It allows us to give in a contract address to get the address who created this contract and also the transaction hash when it happened. And it also works with the deployer contracts. Another example is the OTS get transaction error, which is very self-explaining. It allows us to get the error message given a failed transaction. Another issue is the reliance on closed source data. We don't use closed source databases. To make a block explorer, we need not only on-chain data, but also we need, for example, token icons, or we need to decode 4 bytes method selectors. In this case, we use open source icons from Trust Wallet project, and we also use the open source 4 bytes database from the project Ethereum lists. Even for price conversion, we don't use closed source data. For price conversion, we use on-chain data directly from Chainlink feeds. Search verification. Oops, spoiler. For search verification, we use SearchFi. The good thing here is that not only we use their open verification data, but also since we help them to promote their project, in the process we end up creating a positive feedback loop between both projects. Here's an example. We have here the ETH2 deposit contract. SearchFi publishes the verified metadata into IPFS, and we take them and show in this fancy interface. Here we have the ETH2 deposit transaction. Notice how the verified metadata is used to decode the transaction parameters. And not only that, but the NetSpec comments are used to show human readable description for all the transaction parameters. So wrapping up, Otterscan is a block explorer that's implemented as a real DApp. It's fast, it's private as a consequence of those decisions. It only depends on open data and supports public goods. Oops. Everything is open source on GitHub, so please go check out our project on GitHub. Please start our project to increase our visibility. Also, since Otterscan heavily relies on Aragon, by using Otterscan, not only you are using a fancy and cool block explorer, but also you are helping to increase the execution client's diversification. Before finishing, I'd like to thank the people from the Aragon team and our donors from Bitcoin grants for supporting our projects. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Willian. Of course.
If someone wants to see a demo, please can reach me after the presentation.
Do you want to show us the demo? I mean, we have time.
I think I can't connect my computer, so I think it's better
Alright.
we do later.
Okay. A little bit of stage fright in terms of demos.
Yes.
Anyway, that's good. No, that's good. They always fail. Don't do that. Guys, do we have any questions here? Great presentation. This is an awesome project, and I really appreciate the decentralization part.
Hi. How good is your NFT integration? Do you show them? And do you have like APIs for tokens, NFTs, and so on?
It's still on the roadmap. We need to develop some indexes to index all this information. We plan to index ERC20, NFTs, everything, and then we display them on the interface. But first, we need to implement them inside the Aragon.
Thank you.
Can you just confirm the prerequisites? So you need an archive node of Aragon, you need Otterscan, and then there's another database, I assume, where you create all these searchable indices based on the database of Aragon.
Yes, you don't need any other database. We use our information that is already inside your archive nodes.
Okay, but you don't need to compute a whole bunch of other indices and have a whole separate storage for all that.
No, currently all we need is inside the Aragon archive node.
Okay.
There may be other information like what the other person said that to index NFTs, we may develop some additional stages to index this information, but we plan to use the Aragon database itself.
So the reason I ask is because all the you need an archive node in theory for all the information to be there. So it's very hard to extract.
Yes. Yeah, it's not indexed. Yeah.
Okay. But the archive node for now is enough.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. There is a question over here, and then over here.
Hey William, thanks a lot for your work on Otterscan. But you use Aragon and all of the modular syncing states. So you have your own syncing states, if I remember correctly, right?
Currently, we don't have custom stages, but we plan to have some to index additional information. But right now, there are no custom stages. There are custom RPC methods.
Okay. Do you need to patch something, or does it change? Because I haven't used Otterscan for maybe a month or so.
Yes, we keep a fork of Aragon that has a very minimum patch, but we plan to eventually merge it upstream. But right now, the code is not very. I don't think it's time to merge it, because there are many changes occurring inside Aragon itself. I think it is healthier for me to keep them separate in my own fork.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. There was a question over here.
Yes.
Okay, no, go for it.
Just to continue what you were saying. So, say I have a running Aragon archive node, and I want to use Otterscan. Do I need to rerun your Aragon, or can I somehow use my existing database?
No, you can just replace the Aragon binary with the one from our fork.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Here.
Thank you for the project. I like a lot the idea and what I have seen. And one question regarding more technical. I guess you're using all the tracing methods to get all the information in place, right? And that's why you don't have for example, the RC20, because you don't index events for now, at least. One question is that I guess you use Aragon because you depend on these methods, but for example, what would stop you, for example, for using Nethermind, that they also have this tracing stuff, or Open Ethereum, well, it's deprecated now, but they also have this tracing stuff in place?
Sorry, I couldn't understand. Could you repeat, please?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, what stops you from using, for example, Nethermind instead of Aragon, as they already provide these tracing endpoints, the same trace filter, trace block, and all this stuff?
There's some information that is not available on tracing, so we customized the Aragons, and it was convenient because I'm very next to the team. They support me, and so I'm used to their database model. So in theory, it could be those custom APIs could be ported to other implementations. Like, for example, there is another client called Akula. I don't know if you are aware of that, but they implemented the Otterscan API, so you are able to run Otterscan against Akula.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's go here, and one more question over here. This person.
My question was just answered now. So.
Okay.
The person in red. Oh, you don't have the question anymore? All right.
Just got answered.
Okay.
So
Could have told us a joke or something.
Ether sent through like internal message calls. Are you like indexing these for a given address, and did you need a new like JSON RPC method for that?
We display them in the interface when you get the transactional details. So what we actually do is we do a in-place tracing. So we enter the page, we run the trace, we we get the internal transfers. And for search, the Eragon itself has all of this information already mapped, so we just use what they have.
See, thank you.
More questions?
I'm sorry if you said this, but is there a URL where I can go to just try out Otterscan today?
No, because it's local first software, so you have to install it in your machine.
Okay.
But there is a Sepolia testnet instance. There's a public one on sepolia.otterscan.io that you can try out on testnet.
Thank you.
Do you want to do a little bit of a product development here? So what would be the most next important requested feature from the audience here? What do you guys think? What do they need to implement?
Have you ever thought about other chains also?
Other chains?
Yeah, like EVM chains for starters, I would suppose, of course, yeah.
Well, I think this is a question you should ask for the people from Eragon, because if Eragon implements other chains, Otterscan will work on that.
Okay, people from Aragon, what's up?
No, we do support BSC and Polygon, actually. We are working with the respective team. And so I think that Otterscan could work with BSC and Polygon. Maybe there are some trick to do, but nothing too hard to do, okay?
So when then? when moon?
Now, no, actually, Eragon is working on BSC and Polygon. So
yeah, I think Otterscan should work fine on BSC and Polygon right now. The only challenge is to sync the entire chain, which I haven't done because I don't have disk space. They are very big chains, but
Requirements for BSC and Eragon.
I think BSC.
8 giga for more or less. 8 tera, sorry. 8 terabytes. Not the same.
I think Polygon is 5 teras, right?
Polygon is 5.
BSC is a little more, right?
More, yes.
Yeah.
I use an 8 tera disk for this too. When I test, yes, it's enough. Maybe 6, okay. They are super huge.
Yeah. And
okay.
And
So now
there are plans for Gnosis chain on Eragon, right? Gnosis chain, XDAI.
Yes, and okay. The next big one is Gnosis chain, of course.
Right.
All right. Goes okay.
If you want to take Otterscan to the cloud, not just leave it local, what would be the challenge for you?
I personally won't do that because currently it's not optimized for cloud environments. So if you're running it locally, you can run heavy queries and you will only break your machine, your own machine. So if you share it on the cloud, people could abuse it. So it's not safe.
Yeah.
But eventually, I plan to optimize it so it can be run on cloud, on public cloud.
All right. Thank you.
Are you working on it yourself? Like, did you build the whole thing just by yourself? Did you build the whole thing by yourself?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Kudos, man. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Willian.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good job.